In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alph the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers were girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree, and here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover, a savage place as holy and enchanted as e'er beneath a waning moon was haunted by a woman wailing for her demon lover.
And from this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chafy grain beneath the thresher's flail, and mid these dancing rocks at once and ever it flung up momentedly the sacred river. 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesizing war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice.
A damsel with a dulcimer, in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long, I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard them should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware! His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honey dew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise.
Welcome to Poetry Readers Anonymous. I think we're all here for the same poem today. Yes, by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. On this poem, this is from an opium-based hallucination, and in this hallucination he sees his ideal world, which he explains through vivid imagery and rhymes.
Hi guys, this is Poetry Anonymous. I was clean for 5 months before reading Kubla Khan, but upon reading it and breathing the imagery that Coleridge wrote, I just exploded.
Hi, my name is Bram.
Hi, Bram.
Hold on, guys, that's not what the poem is all about. It is said that when Coleridge was writing down the poem, he was interrupted after the third stanza from a passerby who troubled him for over an hour, and when he went back to finish the poem, he simply couldn't do it. That is why the poem is generally known as an unfinished work. However, he did write the fourth stanza, talking about a damsel playing a dulcimer, similar to a lute, a small stringed instrument, and that if he could remember the beautiful song that she was playing, he would construct this dome again. In his mind, in real life, in his fantasy, we don't know. It just plays on the fact that he thinks there's a very thin line between what is real and what is fantasy.
I agree, Bram. That's a great observation. I think that's why under the title of the poem, Kubla Khan, it says, or a vision, in a dream, a fragment. Who knows how big this poem could have been? A fragment? We're missing out on a lot of what Coleridge has to offer. That's for sure.
Well, guys, I enjoyed the description of the chasm. Coleridge describes it as a sacred yet holy and enchanted cavern. Within this cavern there are all kinds of turmoil, which he illustrates by comparing this to as if the earth itself were heavily panting for breath. This, I thought, was poetic genius.
I was almost a year since I was poem free, until Coleridge came up. I couldn't ignore it. I had given up rhyming poems for good. But his ABAAB, CCDEDE just was so flawless, so amazing. I saw it, I couldn't put the poem down. I hesitated. I thought, maybe I shouldn't. But that second stanza's ABAABCCDDFFGGHIIHJJ was mesmerizing. I knew I should have stopped there. It tightened up in the third stanza, a simple ABABCC. Only Coleridge knows how to use that with such flawless grace, which flowed seamlessly into that last stanza, in ABCCBDEDEFGFFFGHHG. I'd never seen one so amazing. Needless to say, I was hooked on it. I couldn't stop.
Coleridge's poem, although written by a drug-induced dream of opium, shares his view of a perfect world. Although, as he quotes it, it was a miracle of a rare device, there was a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. This oxymoron shows how in real life you can't have your cake and eat it too. Sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice just doesn't exist unless you're on opium.
Thanks for stopping by and listening to what we had to say here at Poetry Readers Anonymous. And remember, don't be ashamed to say that you read poetry. It is okay. Especially when it's as good as Samuel Taylor Coleridge's epic, Kubla Khan. Thanks, folks.